you ever noticed how some of the biggest ideas in history started with a simple, almost crazy question? For one man, that question was, what's next? What's the next big thing? That single question, that relentless pursuit of next, built one of the most powerful and influential companies the world has ever seen. This isn't just a story about a company. It's a story about a vision, about betting on the future, and about how one idea can reshape our entire world. Let's dive into the story of a garage startup that aimed to become the everything store. Picture this. It's 1994. The internet is this new, kind of weird thing that most people access through a dial-up modem that sounds like a robot arguing with a fax machine. While most of the world was just figuring out what email was, Jeff Bezos saw something else. He saw a digital gold rush. He famously read a statistic that internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year, and he knew he had to be a part of it. So, he quit his high-paying job on Wall Street, packed up his life, and drove across the country to Seattle with a business plan scribbled down on the way. His idea, an online bookstore. It sounds simple now, but back then it was revolutionary. Why books? Why books? Because there are millions of them. Far more than any physical store could ever hold. It was the perfect product to prove the concept of endless digital shelf space. This wasn't a get-rich-quick scheme. Bezos himself called it the get-rich-slowly startup. He famously told early investors that there was a 70% chance they'd lose all their money. The early days were humble. We're talking packing books on the floor of a garage, driving the packages to the post office himself. The company's first desk was a door with legs screwed on, a symbol of frugality that became a core part of the company's culture. They were obsessed with customers from day one, pioneering features we now take for granted, like customer reviews. They were losing money, a lot of it, but they were growing, reinvesting every penny back into the business, all in the service of that long-term vision. Then came the year 2000. The dot-com bubble burst, and hundreds of internet companies, once worth billions on paper, vanished overnight. It was a brutal time, but for our online bookstore, it was a moment of truth. While others were failing because they had flashy ideas but no real business, this company survived. Why? Because they had focused on the fundamentals: customer experience and building a solid, scalable infrastructure. They had survived the apocalypse, and now it was time to evolve. The vision was never just about books. It was about everything. The 2000s marked the transformation from an online bookstore to the everything store. They started adding more categories: music, electronics, toys. Each new addition was a massive logistical challenge, but they embraced it. This is when we saw the introduction of things that completely changed how we shop online. Think about Amazon Prime, introduced in 2005. The idea of paying a flat fee for 2-day shipping was insane at the time. Analysts thought it would bankrupt the company. But Bezos saw it differently. He understood that it would change customer behavior, making them more loyal and encouraging them to buy more. It wasn't a shipping program, it was a loyalty program. This was also the decade that the Kindle was born, a direct challenge to the very physical books that started the company. It was a classic example of their philosophy: innovate, even if it means disrupting your own business. They would rather cannibalize their own sales than let a competitor do it. This relentless expansion was all part of the plan, to create a flywheel where lower prices attracted more customers, which attracted more third-party sellers, which expanded the selection, which further improved the customer experience. This virtuous cycle became the engine of their growth. Now, let's talk about the secret weapon. The engine humming quietly in the background that became a titan in its own right. I'm talking about Amazon Web Services, or AWS. The story of AWS is a perfect example of turning an internal solution into a global business. As the company was building its massive online retail operation, they got really good at managing huge amounts of data and computing power. They built incredibly robust, scalable, and efficient internal infrastructure. At some point, around 2006, they had a realization: if we need these services, other companies probably do too. What if they could rent out their computing power, storage, and database services to other businesses? It was a radical idea. They effectively decided to sell the picks and shovels During the new digital gold rush, startups and even established companies could now access the same world-class infrastructure as a tech giant, without the massive upfront cost of building their own data centers. This unleashed a wave of innovation. Companies like Netflix, Airbnb, and Reddit were all built on AWS. It powered the next generation of the internet. Today, AWS is the most profitable part of the entire company, a multi-billion-dollar business that most customers never even see. It's the invisible backbone of the modern digital world, and it perfectly illustrates the company's DNA. Identify a problem, build a world-class solution for yourself, and then turn that solution into a business for everyone else. This creates an entire ecosystem where the company is not just a store, but the very foundation on which other businesses are built. So what is next for a company that already sells everything and powers a huge chunk of the internet? The final frontier. This means mastering the physical world in a way no company has before. We're talking about logistics. For years, they relied on partners like UPS and FedEx. Now, they're building their own global delivery network. Cargo planes, shipping fleets, and an army of delivery drivers. The goal is to control every step of the process. From the moment you click buy to the second the package lands on your doorstep, making delivery faster and cheaper. We're also seeing them push into brick and mortar with things like Amazon Go convenience stores, where you can just walk in, grab what you want, and walk out, with no checkout required. It's like science fiction, but this relentless ambition also brings huge challenges and ethical questions. There are ongoing debates about warehouse working conditions, the company's impact on small businesses, its immense market power, and the vast amounts of data it collects. These aren't easy questions, and they will define the company's relationship with society for years to come. The future is about balancing this incredible drive for innovation with a profound sense of responsibility. It's about navigating the complex ethics of artificial intelligence, automation, and global influence. The quest for what's next is now more complicated than ever. From a garage in Seattle to a global force, this journey has always been about one thing: a relentless focus on the long term, powered by the simple question, what's next? It started with books, expanded to everything, built the foundation for the modern internet, and is now trying to master the physical world of logistics and retail. The legacy isn't just about a website or a delivery service. It's about a new way of thinking about business, called the Day One philosophy. The idea is to always operate with the energy, curiosity, and customer obsession of a brand new startup. Even when you're one of the biggest companies in the world, it's about being willing to be misunderstood for long periods, to make bold, calculated bets, and to relentlessly invent on behalf of the customer. The story is far from over, and the next chapter is still being written. The world it created and will continue to shape is one we all live in. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the companies and ideas that shape our world. See you in the next video.